in, friends. I appreciate you joining the live. We're going to get to talking and chatting in just a few seconds. Getting myself set up here. Appreciate you all coming in. We're going to get to talking and growing and building our community. Thank you so much for joining the live. I am going to go live here. And appreciate you all coming in. We're going to get started in just a few seconds. Let me slide this over here. Appreciate everybody joining. Hey, Michelle. Good morning. Good morning, friend. I just saw that. Hello. Okay, so getting started. Thank you so much for your time this morning. I appreciate you. You know what? I didn't say this. We got to put some. I didn't make regular appointments, so I need to go back in. Definitely let me know if the time still works for you on Fridays. So I didn't do anything beyond just today, so I can go back in and do it for August essentially, so we can kind of take it 1 month at a time. But I don't foresee any major conflicts between now and the end of August. We'll see. Oh, I take that back. My daughter got to move into college, so I got to figure out what day she's going. It might be a Saturday, but that's not. It may not impact Friday, but we'll see. All right, friends. Thank you so much for being here. We're gonna get started in just a second. I am gonna get us up and running. Um, I did a video before I went live with you. Before our meeting, Michelle, and you say yes. I will update you on the day. I moved my son on campus too, so you got the same thing. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what day. I think we're like I said. I think we're gonna end up being a Saturday, not a Friday, but we have to see. Um, she's still in Italy. She's still away. She doesn't come back from her study abroad until super late. Um, so she will be back much later, and then she moves right until she's moving into an apartment. She's not on campus anymore, so we got to do that transition. But I think we're gonna end up doing it on a Saturday, maybe on a Sunday. So we have to see with her arrival back from her stay abroad. Thank you, friends. Thank you all for coming into the live. I appreciate you being here. We're going to get started. We're going to talk about Go Live, Get Paid, and Grow. That is the title for the day. Thank you for joining the live. Make sure you like the live, comment, as well as subscribe. And then when you go subscribe, go ahead and click that bell so you can get the notifications of when I go live. I go live twice a day at 10 a.m., which is now, as well as the 4 p.m. time Eastern. So I'm on the East Coast, and I go live twice a day. So come on in. Let me know if you have questions. My moderator is Yes Michelle Crochet. She is also here. So make sure you connect with her. She's going to help you with optimizing your YouTube channel and making sure you are thinking intentionally about your growth strategy. So all that's here for you. And like I said, if you are here, go ahead and put a comment in so we know you are here and you are supporting the live, and we can also grow that way as well. Um, and so comment, and then if you haven't done so, click that subscriber button also. So we're gonna talk about making sure you're intentional about your growth strategy and getting paid too. Okay. All right. Couple housekeeping things. So definitely watch the comments from Michelle. She is sharing information about the expectations for this live. So really, the first thing that I tell people, you want to make sure you are 18 years or older. This is a professional channel. We are here to learn, grow, and to monetize. So we want to make sure you're of age, but also just keep in mind, again, this is a professional channel. So your engagement matters, but we want to stay on topic. So we are talking all things going live. We're talking very specifically about how do you monetize, how do you grow your YouTube presence, and then I co-stream. So I'm going to be also talking to my friends over on TikTok, so they will get guidance as well. And I offer a lot of tips and strategies that do relate to the TikTok community and what to do on TikTok. But keep in mind, this is a playlist. So if there's anything I say, it's going to be saved as a playlist. You can go back, watch it, and catch up on all the different tips and strategies I give throughout the live. So if it's something you want to leverage for YouTube, or you want to leverage for TikTok or any other social media platform. So let me know if you have questions. In the meantime, I appreciate everyone who's here listening, and we're going to get started in just a few moments because I have to go on to the other platform and set my screen up. So I'm over there connecting as well. And like I said, this is all about making sure you are being intentional about connecting with your community. A lot of this requires that you show up and be consistent. That's the main thing. Consistency matters. And then also making sure you are engaging with your audience. Thank you so much. You have a question mark. What's your question, friend? Let me know if you have a specific question. Thank you all who are joining the live. Like I said, make sure you like the live, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And then also click the bell so you get notifications that I am live. So continue to do that. Continue to like the live. Continue to comment as well. My moderator is Yes Michelle Crochet, so make sure you subscribe to her. She's also monitoring the chat. So, like I said earlier, we're going to keep this professional. It's a professional channel. If you're under 18, this is not the right live for you. You want to make sure that you're at least 18 years or older because we're talking about monetization. We're talking about all things when it comes to going live. So we want to make sure you're of age. And then I also have services. So we want to make sure you're of age to access those services too. And then my moderator, Yes Michelle Crochet, she does offer services to help optimize your profile, build your channel up. So take advantage of that too. She's great. So you want to connect and subscribe to her and watch her content. In the meantime, if you do have comments and questions, let us know. This is what this is all about. We are all here to get some great information and grow, but we want to make sure we are answering your questions. So put relevant questions in the chat. I appreciate everybody here. Let me know as you are engaging. Let me know where you're from. And again, like I said, make sure you click the like button and then also click that subscribe button so we can grow as a community, friends. Thank you so much for being here. All right, and we're going to get started in just a few moments. In just a few moments. Let's see. Like I said, I do co-stream. So I'm about to be over on the other platform co-streaming. All right, friends. Thank you so much for coming into the live. And so you have that as well. Thank you so much, Blue. Appreciate you being here, friend. And all of my other friends here on YouTube. Hello, hello, friends. It is Dr. Lisa, Launch Your Income. Thank you so much for joining the live. We're talking all things going live. I appreciate you all coming in and supporting the live as well. So we're going to get started in just a few minutes. And make sure you come in, that you like the live, you comment. How you doing, Bountiful? How's everything going, friend? How is your live journey coming along? I haven't seen you in a minute. Hopefully all is well, friend. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you all joining the live. Um, Nika Grace, how are you, friend? Come on in. Let me turn up my volume a little bit. I'm going to give you another clap. Good morning. Good morning. Appreciate the support yesterday on the live, on the shop live. You know, like I said, shop for me, I felt really like a fish out of water. And so I was trying to remember the products, remember all the details. I need to do a crash course on some of these products again. So I'm going to do better. It's going to get better over time, but I'm going to do better. Thank you. Thank you so much. How you doing, friend? I do offer business strategy advice, for especially for the digital marketing business model. So let me know if you have questions. We can definitely chat. If you need to schedule a one-on-one, you can go into my description and schedule that as well. But yeah, let me know if you have an immediate question. I can answer it here. You did great, but I did notice so. Oh no, I appreciate, friends. You did notice something. What happened? What you notice? Something else? Let me know. Let me know what you notice. But I'm happy to yeah, tell me. Tell me what you notice. Hello, friend. It's me, Chris G. How are you, friend? Thank you for joining. Appreciate you being here. Let me know if you have any questions. Coach Brown, how are you, friend? Appreciate you coming in as well. Um, how's everything going? Have you gone live yet? Let me know if you've gone live yet. I don't think you have. Have you pressed the go live button on purpose this time? When you were busy in the kitchen, it was more conversational. It was because you said no, ma'am. It was. I think that is probably more comfortable for me as well. So I could see that being the case, and it was easier to just talk about the other products because I was in between cooking and talking about the ingredients. So it gave a little bit more substance for me. God, I need company name. And I thought I'd be easy to come by. You, um, you need a company name. Oh, that's interesting. Um, in terms of, I guess we'll put your business in there, and I would tell you, um, do some research based on other companies in your same business niche, as well as maybe even use ChatGPT to give you some ideas. Oh yeah, trust me, I've tried every. Yeah, open up the dictionary. Yeah, well, you might want to use the AI and just run through some keywords, some words that kind of describes your business essence, and then see what names come up from it, and ask it for 20 different names. It'll give you all that. Absolutely. Yes, it shows it's comfortable. Yes, I would agree. It's funny you say that because Nika, I actually was thinking I wanted to even go into the kitchen niche. So when I think about that, copy that. Thank you. You're welcome, friend. Um, uh, I was thinking of kitchen niche because when it comes to products, being in the kitchen, the air fryer, the other kitchen essentials, other gadgets, I was actually thinking that may be a better space for me. I did throw that around. It's actually interesting. There's a couple products I requested for samples that I'm waiting to come in. So I'm like, okay, well maybe I will lean into that a little bit more. But I did enjoy it. It was a little bit more at ease. It was comfortable, although it was a little exhausting. I have to be honest with you. It's not easy just trying to cook and So when I got done, I think it's something about the timing of it all too, because I did it at 10. I think that was something I had to kind of pay attention to because first of all, I didn't eat yet. So I felt like at the end of that live and doing the live, starting it off, getting everything set up, I never had anything to eat. You heard me multiple times say, I didn't get my smoothie. Like it was sitting over there, like literally, I just had my smoothie earlier. Like I didn't get any of that. So by the time I got to the live or at the end of the live, I was like, hunger, headache. I felt off. So it was a weird feeling. So that I didn't like. And so that's something I'm going to have to pay attention to. I seen you last night. I was so sleepy. Did you really, nurse? How are you, friend? How you doing? Happy. Appreciate you all coming in. Thank you so much, friends. Yeah, it did show comfort. I would agree with that. So I'm thinking I'm going to think about that. Remember, I was thinking about repurposing my 10 a.m. in that way too, and doing daytime lives because I think the nighttime I don't like the time that I'm going live. I'm not a big fan of the time. I get it. I think I'm just torn. I think I get it. The night does work, but it just becomes such a long day. I think that's what I'm responding to. So I'm still kind of playing around what time makes sense. We'll see. I think I'm gonna have to make a shift in August. So I'm trying to see what happens with the agency piece, what happens with my algorithm come once August hits. So there's some things I'm kind of noting. And so I think I'm gonna have to reevaluate and be very strategic about how I'm using my time and what's the best use of my time. So I just finished my smoothie. We must take care of yourself. Yes, we must take. Yeah, we got to take care of ourselves. Absolutely. This is my. So I tell you guys all the time. I use the supplements that I talk about in my life. So this was my super greens and my collagen peptides. That was a mixture of the two of them. And I was on my Zoom call with Yes Michelle Crochets. We were chatting over there, and we had a meeting. And I was drinking my smoothie as we talked. So that was kind of my way of making sure I get those. other vitamin supplements in as well. Most of the business are on selling during the day. Um, it's regular people selling at night mostly. Oh, so Nika, okay, talk more about that. Dr. Lisa, consider doing one training live on shop days. Say that again. It's training on shop on my shop days. So doing a live over there for shop. That's a good idea. I think that's what you're sharing. You can do it in day half time in your live. What do you mean? So take half my live. So if I'm on the live here, and then make half of it a shop live, or split the time where I'm here, and then I go over there to the other channel, other page. So that's possible. How you doing, Tricia? That's possible. Again, I'm torn in the sense that, and what Nika's bringing up too is just making sure where your audience is, who's there, who's going to engage, and so what does that look like? I think you could adjust the time. Yeah, yeah. I think I'm gonna have to. I think you mentioned this before, Nika. Did you mention 1 o'clock? I think you mentioned something sometime like doing a little later, but then it eats into my 2 o'clock. So the 10 o'clock made sense. I just have to be, my little guy is gonna go to preschool starting in August also, not to preschool, kindergarten. So starting in August, so that may free up some time in the morning because I'm gonna have to get him out a little earlier. So that should give me much of the 8 o'clock hour and the 9 o'clock hour to kind of do what I need to do. Um, I just have to kind of make sure I'm managing my time effectively. So yeah, that's you can do those live once you're on those days instead of two. Oh, she said instead of doing 2 a days. Yes, especially when life is life. I know, I know. That's the thing about it. I want to make sure that I am able to do all things. And then you will see what happens with the agency stuff. Is moving forward. I got another email that told me to put some more information in, so I'm doing all the checking all the boxes, staying with them. So we'll see what happens. We'll see the pace of this and how it evolves, and adding that to my plate as well. I got lost. Are you talking about this live or the shop live? I was talking about the shop live, and I think E Nurse was, and yes, Michelle were talking about, you know, also talking about this live in terms of what to do with it and how to leverage it. But I was really talking about the shop live. I think what I was sharing though is that at some point I probably will have to sacrifice, for lack of a better word, sacrifice this time slot for the shop side. That's something I'm playing around with. I'm also saying that because I would have to do a daytime live because of my son. A nighttime live is not going to work in the kitchen. It's just not feasible. That will not work. It just won't. I'm just saying. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. His little 5-year-old self will not be able to contain himself. So I will not get far if he is home. So I need to manage my expectations with trying to get him to stay in line and not interfere because the kitchen is an open kitchen. It's fair game. We have it's a kitchen living room, uh, open concept type space. So yeah. Long story short, boyfriend will not act right. So we just need to make sure I'm managing my expectations. So yeah, thank you so much, Michelle. Appreciate you. So I'm gonna see if I can snag the daytime. That's where that came from. Just making sure I'm optimizing my availability in the daytime and the time when it comes to him being away and out of my space, and then leveraging obviously the morning time slot. So that's where I was going with that. And so maybe there's a split. So there's like a couple days here and then there's a couple days over there and I'm leveraging the daytime because of that. So I have to see. It could be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 10 a.m. gets leveraged. How you doing? How you doing, friend? Thank you so much for being here. Prayer changes everything. Thank you so much. All of you who are coming into the live, I appreciate you joining the live. Let me know if you are new. So my friend Coach Brown, you came back again. Are you still with us? Let me know if you're still with us. I think she just popped in for a second. Um, so any of my new friends too, tell me if you're new in the chat or if you haven't been here in a while, let me know as well. And then let me know if you have any questions. We are going to get to talking and chatting in just a few minutes. We were chatting about my time slot. Nika came to my TikTok shop last night and we were chatting about being in the kitchen versus me being back in my office staging space where I do my shop at. And um, the kitchen is actually a little bit more at natural and at ease. I was sharing earlier that being in the kitchen, though, my day started so quickly with setup and just getting everything prepped to be able to cook the products and show the air fryer and do all the things. Um, it just became a long morning. So by the time I was off the live, I was literally like ready to get off the live because I was like hungry. My energy level was low. It just felt weird. So I was like, I need to rethink how I do things. You said I'm trying to find out about all these new guidelines. Do you know anything? Friend, okay. Music wise, we're gonna talk about music. What you will get used to it. Yeah, I think I will. I just have to adjust to it. Yeah. Um, Music wise is one of the newer guidelines. I need to do some more research on other things that may have rolled out as of today, but the main one is music and the use of copyrighted music. And so TikTok, so I got some discrepancy and some conflicting information yesterday. So I still get information from emails from my prior agency involvement. So I see that, and then I belong to the shop agency. So they both had sent messages, and it was a conflict in terms of what they were sharing. So what I believe to be true, and what is being circulated, the agency for shop I think is accurate. They basically said if you are maybe a DJ or if you're using any kind of music that is not your own original music, meaning that you need to make sure you have the copyright license and permission from that person who owns the rights to the music. Because sometimes people don't own the rights to the music, sometimes they do. So you got to have the rights to the music to play it. So you want to be intentional about what music you're playing, or else TikTok will shut you down. That is for the US as well as for the EU. So it doesn't matter. It's for both. Um, GQ was saying that it was for the EU only, and they were on a roll. It wasn't affecting the US as of yet. I don't think that was true. From what I'm hearing, is for the US. So people who are immediately impacted are the DJs on this app. There are people who are DJs, people who cover songs in terms of their lives and stuff. They can't do that. TikTok is now being very strict about making sure you own the rights to the music or have the rights to the music. So hello everyone, how you doing, Five Islands? Are they still able to tell people who engage about their heart me? Um, you know what, Nika sent some information about that. I haven't confirmed that as of yet. I haven't heard that. Here's what I will say though. If you're talking in a way, and the way I talk in my lives, is that I just tell people where things are, and they're welcome to engage in that way if they choose to. So if you are sharing people, telling people, okay, here's where my live is. If you want to um, support the live goal, that's there. If you want to get your daily heart me, you can become a part of my fan club. You can say that. You can say that. You're not telling people, give me this, give me that, do this, do that. That's something you can say in a way that is offering the opportunity for people. People have agency to participate or not. So I think it's all semantics in terms of how you say things. But if you're demanding, if you're saying you got to, you should, and you sound very demanding about how you're expressing that, I think that's where it's more problematic. He said, I'm doing good. Appreciate you. Music and Lives. Yeah, Music and Lives is actually now, as of today, the 25th, is problematic. So you got to make sure you are able to officially have the rights to that music before you start playing somebody else's music. So if you're someone who is a singer and you cover different artists and their music, cover different songs, if you are a DJ, it's problematic. Happy, are you still in the room? She sent me somebody yesterday that was pretty much, he did a video, and I actually went to his live because when she sent me the video. When I went to see the video, he was actually live. You know, the little red circle was on. So I said in his video, I said in his live, and essentially what he did was a video basically saying exactly that. If you are a DJ, this will be my last day. Follow me on. He was referring people over to his other platform, and so with that, you just have to be. He was pretty much saying, you know, he can't. He DJs different music, and so he's not gonna have the copyright to it. So he was saying that in his live as well. But I'm assuming he's not gonna be on TikTok anymore. That's pretty much what I gathered from his announcement. How do you get the rights? Because I'm a live host who plays music. Oh, I well, there's a couple, and again, I'm not gonna say this is the definitive answer for you, but there's a couple different platforms that offer the rights to music. So Epidemic Sound is one. My moderator, her name is Jess Michelle Crochets. She talks about that all the time as a music streaming service that she uses. Is called Epidemic Sound. So that could be one ish, but I'm not sure if that's going to be legitimate for TikTok. I have no idea. It's good to know how are Big Room's going to do it. I have no idea. It'll be interesting. They're going to have to answer, come up with a solution really quickly because, like I said, it goes in effect today, and it just depends on how you are presenting music in your live room. So really, no more. I don't do it anymore. Anyway, I used to play the YouTube music, the YT music, and different artists, and I would play those different playlist type DJ videos and stuff. Epidemic Sound music is covered by TikTok. She said, um, Michelle is saying Epidemic Sound music is covered by TikTok. She believes it is. So that could be a solution. Yeah, so definitely look into them as a resource if you want to purchase that from for their services to cover the copyright rules. So maybe a lot of them might be working with those type of platforms to play music. That would be, you know, a solution if that is if that's the case that they want to play music during their live. So yeah, my understanding, like when you use Spotify, Apple Music, places like that, you don't have the rights to use it. So Epidemic Sound might be your best option. Let me see if I understand the apples to background music while you do your live. Okay, thank you so much, friend. I appreciate you. Me too. They are going to lose a lot of people if that happens, and when it happens. It's supposed to be effective as of today. I mean, that's my understanding. It is supposed to be, um, yeah, supposed to be effective as today. Epidemic Sound has the rights already, so I guess when you purchase their streaming platform, thank you so much, yes, Michelle. When you purchase that, you're purchasing the licensing. So that's my understanding. But again, see you Monday. Thank you so much, friend. Um, but again, it just depends on what exactly your live is based on. So again, I don't play a lot of music. I don't obviously I don't play any music anymore, and so I've been very intentional about that because I started doing the co-streaming. So I was like, you know what? Let me be careful. Now I'm dealing with two different platforms. I don't want to make. I want to make sure that I'm not going to cause any tension or issues with either platform. So I just stopped doing it. That was just my thoughts about it. I was like, I just want to do it. But, you know, again, thank you, Shay Sprays. Do it scared, friend. He said, just do it scared. I think I think that's their goals. Tell me more. What do you mean by that, nurse? Their goals is to change who's performing on the app. Not really surprised. Meta's in a huge loss infringement on music rights. Ooh, ooh. You think you see this whole M2 that's where my mind went. This whole M2 conspiracy stuff, like they might be the new the new company, huh? Mm, interesting. Could be. Could be that they're trying to make sure that they're cleaning things up before the transition happens. Interesting. But yeah, that it could be that. It could be that they're trying to safeguard so that they don't end up like Meta. So that could be the case too. They don't want to end up in Meta situation. I will say though, it definitely will change. Now, when I was texting back and forth with the agency for the TikTok shop side of the house, she says sounds more factual as stuff unfold. It does. It does. She shared that $109 million. Ooh, yikes. Um, she shared that TikTok. Good morning. How you doing, friend? That TikTok is trying to potentially make space for more shoppable lives. Like that is their angle. They're trying to really build up the TikTok shop side of the house. So when it comes to music, some people have music playing, but not a lot in those shoppable lives. So it's an easier way to steer people to that particular um, part of the business. That could be something they're doing. Um, it could be that this is going to impact obviously the DJs, but it might even impact the people who are doing gaming. And they're like, you know what? You need to go over to those other platforms if this is what you're going to do. So I don't know, guys. I know the music thing is something a lot of live hosts use. How you doing, Spider Witch? How you doing, friend? So I know a lot of live hosts do use music, and so that is a big part of how they are creating energy and ambiance in their room. They're using the music to do it, and so it is going to be problematic for a lot of people. So just um, yeah, just be mindful. We may see less of that type of engagement on this app, and they had a nice ride, but it probably is part of why people are going to shift. Most platforms are particular on rights to music. TikTok is late to this. Ooh, okay. There we go. Oh, thank you so much. Almost time for my live. Okay, friend. Appreciate you, nurse. Um, did TikTok TT give you your live goal already? Hold it, my heart, me. Oh, you're so sweet. No, I haven't seen it yet. TikTok, where's my live goal? My flash goal. TikTok, put that flash goal in the flash goal. Let's see it. Let's see it. Put it in the chat. I'm definitely using music in my lives. What happens to DJs? I think they're gonna have to really reevaluate if they can do music unless they have the copyright. I think that's the thing about it. They're gonna have to get the copyright before they can do music. And same for your live. So if you were using music, you want to make sure you have the copyright for that music. Yeah. So we won't see the DJs as much. We probably won't see the people covering different artists and their songs as much because there's a lot of singers and performers on this app. So if they don't have it, they won't be able to do it. And to Tanika's point, you're right. There are apps. I mean, the YT, they're very particular about it too. So you're right. A lot of these platforms are paying attention to the copyright of music that's being used. So I think at this point we we're just gonna see a transition here on TikTok. So we're not maybe we won't see as many of the DJs. We won't see as many of the people singing and performing in that way. We're gonna probably have to think about the gamers. The gamers have a lot of music that they're playing in their video games and stuff. And so again, they may kind of go to the wayside. And so if you are someone who uses music as a way to engage, you just got to make sure you're either singing your own original music or perform your own original music, or you have the copyright to it. That's okay. I'm just singing. You said just sing it. Do you hear her back from? Oh, I did hear back. I did. She messaged me back. She's so sweet. She said thank you for checking on me. She said tell the TikTok family I'll be back and maybe today or tomorrow. Well, not today. Tomorrow or Saturday. And then she was saying that she put the verbiage she put in there that she had a family emergency. So I just kind of gave her my well wishes and said we missed her. So so she said she'll be back. So we have to see what's going on. But yeah, she did message me back. So she's good. She's good. She said thanks for checking on her. Um, Trending sounds. So when you think about the trending sounds and stuff, Alicia, a lot of that stuff is TikTok probably has the copyright for it. Because if it's sounds that's in TikTok, I'm imagining they have the copyright for it. Or you're going to have to now default to the commercial sounds. So I think that's where the app is going to have to make sure that they're putting music in there that people can select from that is appropriate and approved music. So I think that's going to be on TikTok, I would imagine. But you never know. TikTok's funny. They'll put stuff out there and, say it's your responsibility to know what to say and what not to know, what to use and what not to use. So it's really interesting. But ideally, you would use the commercial sounds, or again, the sounds that are available. Trending sounds should be sounds that are hopefully approved because of the copyright rules. I can imagine the red button room without music. Oh, the red button room. What room is that? The red button room. I haven't been there. Is that a DJ room? Let me know. What does that mean? The red button rooms. Our game actually gives us an option to turn off the music. So I'll run non-copyrighted jingles. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So yeah, you definitely be careful about, if you have the rights to the music. And my understanding is they're being particular about it too, because when I read through it, it seems as if it has to be the music that that artist has the actual right to. So it's not somebody you assume has it. They like you have to make sure that they actually have the rights to that music, because sometimes artists don't have the rights to their music, so they got to make sure they have the rights to it. Yeah, people will adjust. When does that take effect? Today, 25th. As of today, you you say, you know what? I think this is a preparation for the U.S. app transition later this summer. The grow rooms. That's what you meant by that. Okay, gotcha, friend. Um, it could be. I heard, Nika made the comment about Meta being very, very conscious and cautious of getting sued because they have a high lawsuit right now because of copyrighted music. And if that is part of the rumor mill that M2 represents Meta, then that may be part of it too. It could very well be. He said, "What did I miss?" We are talking about, Coach Jesse, we're talking about um, if you're going to play music, you got to play your own original music or have the rights to that music, the copyrights to that music to play it. And you got to make sure that that music is music that is the person you're getting the copyrights for actually owned the rights. And so that's a big part of it too. So I heard epidemic sound could be an alternative that people can use. But what we're essentially saying is that rooms like DJ rooms, rooms that people are covering different artist songs and singing and stuff, you won't be able to do that. So I think about some of my spiritual rooms. People will sing. When we went to Phenomenal Katrina's room, the artist that was singing, he was covering other gospel songs. He won't be able to do that unless he has the rights to cover them. So just kind of think about that. There's a lot of people who do that. They're singing, they're performing live, they're singing different songs. You won't be able to do that again unless you have the rights to those songs to perform them. So TikTok will be handing out violations because of it. So and then monitoring violations and shutting lives down. So you'll get suspended. So it's pretty. I don't know why I keep yarning. I didn't have my coffee, y'all. I did not have it this morning. I feel like I need a jolt of caffeine. Does this include the videos we've already made and posted? So in my Live Legion agency, somebody asked that in the chat, and they didn't think it was retroactive. I think that's the answer I heard, that it wouldn't impact any of your content. My understanding, this was mainly for the live streams. So this really applied to your live stream. So when we think about the DJs that perform live, we think about people singing songs live. That's what this pertained to. Yeah, they're gonna be busy. That's a good way to look at it. Like, how y'all control all this? What is the checks and balances? But they do have the AI, so the AI will keep it under check. So they do have the AI. So we'll see. Unfortunately, like I said, it does change the look and feel of a live stream. It does change how people are going to, engage and connect with one another because they use music for that. A lot of the DJs. Like I said, Happy sent me a video post of the young man who was concerned about his live, and he said he will be on a different platform. You can go over there and see him over there, which was fine. And then I went to his room, and he was playing all types of music. It was actually a good DJ too. He was really good. But the thing about that is that again, he didn't have the copyrights to that music. He was DJing and having a good time, but he did not have the copyrights to that music to be playing it. So it's going to change how these rooms operate. It's going to change, like I said, the look and feel of all these rooms. Hello, friends. Thank you so much. If you are here, make sure you are liking the live. I appreciate the comments. Let's talk some more. Let me know if you have questions. He said it's good. Yeah. Yeah, it'll change the feel of it, but it is all good. Nika, I'm about to take one of my cinnamon gums. This is the neural gum. I'm about to chew it because I feel like I'm dragging y'all. I'm gonna try not to chew too bad. I'm gonna chew a little bit and then take it out my mouth. Mmm. You said the music artists have already taken a cut. What do you mean by that? By the music? Hello, friends. Come on in. I was talking about this gum yesterday on my live because it takes me back to my childhood with that burst of cinnamon, like the big red. That's what it reminds me of. How you doing, Per Mom Bookshops? How you doing, friend? So I'm gonna chew for a little bit, and then I'm gonna take it out of my mouth because y'all don't need to see me chewing like a cow. But I do like the neural gum because it gives you that burst of caffeine too, and I needed that because I was dragging a little bit. I did not have my caffeine. All my friends coming into the live, I appreciate your friend. Let me know if there's any questions. Thank you for the good mornings. They aren't selling CD music. Oh, I don't see these much. Concert numbers are down. People still stealing their songs for free use. Oh, so you're saying they need their cut? I gotcha. You said House of the Rising Sun, Rock and Robin, Happy Birthday are all non-copyrighted songs. Are they really? I had no idea. Okay, so you don't need the copyright for those songs. Interesting. Okay. So you said you just gonna keep those songs on repeat. He was like, that's all you're gonna hear in my room. You're gonna hear them three songs over and over again. I love it. You'll find some more, I'm sure of it. But to your point, yeah, there is music out there that you can play that don't have the copyright. So that is a good point. And you can enjoy those songs if you're a DJ or if you're a singer covering music too. All right, friends, thank you so much for sharing the live. We're gonna get to talking and stuff. Let me know if there's any specific questions about what's going on. So we talked a little bit about the changes. The other change, I need to do my research. I did not get a chance because, like I said, when I do my shop page, it just makes my day go super fast. And so I'm super busy and I'm not able to do all the things I want to do. There are many songs as there that copyrights have expired. Ooh, that's good. Okay, that's good to know. Hello, Lori. How are you, friend? That's good to know. So people could really still continue to perform. And to your point, there are songs out there that they can perform that are not copyrighted, but or non-copyrighted music. But when you think about some of the trending songs, some of the more popular music and stuff, that's where the copyright comes into play. And what Nika was sharing too is that the artists have not had the ability to have rights to their music or have the full share of the royalties and all that comes with that because again they didn't people are able to pirate and get their music for free, so that's important too. Probably going to get a lot of people asking questions in the room the next few days to learn about changes. I know I'm gonna look it up, look into it. the changes that about the gifts, I will tell people the gifts to me is really semantics. It's about how you talk about that. I think people were being very blatant. There's a lot of live hosts that are out here talking about give me this, send this, do this. And TikTok was like, oh, enough, which I don't blame them for. And so, in that way, you can't demand anything. You can't require people to participate in that way. And you got to show appreciation too. That's the other thing. Because I've seen a lot of people that, because of that entitled expectation, that ultimately they're not showing gratitude for what they are receiving. So I think the begging is going to have to end, and TikTok's really cracking down on the begging. Time to be resourceful, as I think we all are. That's why we're on TikTok live. Exactly. We here because we are being resourceful. Hey, Dr. Trish, how are you, friend? Come on in, friend. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, so I'm gonna do my homework. Nika's putting me on notice. Do your homework, Doc. Do your homework. Because you're gonna get so many questions. There we go. There go Dr. Trish. New community guidelines dropped. So yes, I appreciate you, friend. Thank you so much. How you doing, Luna? Have a good day. Stop it in and show some love. Thank you so much, friend. Appreciate it. You said that part. Exactly. Do my homework. I'm gonna do my homework. Yep. So we were just talking about the music, Dr. Trish. That was kind of the topic for today. Um, do you do I belong to a network agency, a creator network agency? On this page, no. I left the agency I was with, Alicia. I did submit the application to become an agency, and with doing that, you said do I offer? That's what you meant to say. So I did submit the application. I am in the application phase. So the application did get through the first phase where they saw my application. They now have me in the due diligence phase. I don't know what that means. I did get a questionnaire, a second questionnaire this morning that I answered. So I'm working through the process. I think there's about four different phases of this process. So we'll see what happens, but I am still working through the process. So I will keep you guys posted. I'm hoping I have some closure by the end of the month in terms of what needs to happen, what's the next steps, is everything approved. I think there's some training I have to do. There's some other things that will have to be done as a result, but I'm still working through it. So I'm gonna keep y'all posted. I will definitely keep y'all posted. Stay with me though, because we're gonna do some big things. I just, once I get the training, once I understand all the rules and guidelines, I just want to make sure I come to you guys legit and sharing everything that can and can't happen, but from an agency perspective. But with that being said, I will be here to support y'all. We'll be here to support you all. There are times I scroll past my favorite lives because they expected my gift. Oh yeah, that's just inappropriate. Yes, I yes, do more background music during lives. No, or no more background. Yes, no more. Got banned again on live. Appeal denied. Luna, what in the world? So what do you think it is, friend? So what? Okay, how long do you have to? We both said what in the world? um, what? Okay, what is it? Is it the verbiage? Yes, you can come up, friend. I'm sending you up. I'm sending you an invite. Oh no, wait a minute. You might have to invite yourself. You can't. I don't think you can. If it's the same rule that you sent me before, yep, it said that. She can't. Yeah, yeah, I can't. Yeah. Ah, TikTok. Be nice to Luna. Some words got filtered, y'all. Y'all must say something and tick TikTok off. Yeah, some words just got filtered. Um, oh my gosh. You okay. It's the content. Mm, yeah. The brands. Yeah. Yeah. It's hard. I mean, I yeah, I yeah, because you're showing and sharing too many of the names, it is. It is. Yeah, that's exactly it. So is it 7 days? Well, she's saying brand names. She's showing their products. She's talking about them. She didn't mention the app, but I think it's the brand names. I think it's the names. Yeah. So so Luna is, and I love her. I love her topic. I love her niche, but she is highlighting different fines and stuff. Yes, LVG said, but said that like that, not full names. So wait a minute, wait a minute. Let's back up. You said you have been saying the initials, or you need to say the initials. I think it's a need to now because I think you were actually, oh, you used initials. Interesting. Okay, what's the violation then? So you used initials, but you were showing products. Um, so you used their initials, but you were showing their products. I'm assuming that's the case. I show products, yeah. So and let's be real, many of the products that you showed have the names on them. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes they catch the names too. Like if you were showing like labels, if you were showing, yeah. So that could have been it too, right? LV logo, yep, yep, yeah. So yeah, that's problematic. What you're showing, because sometimes people will put a sticker or um, tape over logos. I haven't done it, and honestly, I don't wear branded stuff. How you doing, Vibe Wellness Woman? I don't wear branded stuff, and so I've heard in earlier lives as well as content that you got to be careful about showing logos, showing branded information. So you'll see me oftentimes, and I don't talk about it because it's just something that was part of my approach. I was like, I'm not wearing anybody's labels, I'm not wearing their stuff, but you got to be careful about that. And so I have to go back and look and see if there's an actual explicit rule. I do believe it is. But you got to be careful about what you're wearing. You said, what about the influencer community? They have brand deals. So you have to disclose that you have a brand deal. So that's probably what's happening, that they're wearing branded stuff or talking about products because they have a deal. I didn't even mention names to the thrift stores. Oh, yeah. I think it's the products though. I think it's what you're showing. You know what I'm saying? So you're showing different products and stuff. That's the only thing I can think of. It has to be the products, has to be the logos. You know, if you were to watch a couple different content creators, I know that they'll talk about products. Again, they say the initials and they cover up the labels sometimes. And if they're showing like a knockoff of some sort, they'll say it's inspired by, that other brand or, that other company. They don't try to mention it or it looks like that other, so they'll say stuff like that. So they're not actually naming the company. And if it's not that product, they will say that it's inspired by that other company. So I've seen people do that. I think that's a workaround. It's okay. Um, it's okay. Well, give me time to strategize my shoppable lives. There we go, Fran. Yeah, go ahead. Are you and so you have products, so definitely do some research on some other people who have the same um product niche that you're working off of. Setback is just a setup for a comeback, girl. Look at you. Look at you, Luna. Yes, that's it, friend. That's it. That's the right mindset. I love this hairstyle, Dr. Lisa. Thank you so much, Vivian. How you doing, friend? Yes, I love that. That's the attitude, friend. Don't let it discourage you. This test is gonna be your testimony. Come on now. Any other sayings, y'all? Put it in the chat for Luna. That's what we want to say. I'll be back. 8-1. There we go, friend. August 1st. She coming back. Yes. Don't let TikTok do you like that. Yes, thank you. So many tests on this app. Wait a minute, we got a lot of tests, y'all. We are being tested. That is true. We are most definitely being tested. We all gonna have testimonies real soon. That's exactly what's happening. Good morning. How you doing, Toya? They make it so hard to get started. If she was a lead, they wouldn't do anything. We all should have swarmed her live and sent her like galaxies and some other things so she can she can get to the A League real quick. I hear you though. They are testing us, y'all. We all being tested. Yes, we will. That's it. Yes, yes. Um, you said the T for show stands for test. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I tell you, I got denied. I had an appeal for my video. I got denied. So I'm seeing if the agency can, for my shoppable video, that they assessed 24 points off that video too. I was like, what? So I'm gonna see if the agency can step in and support. We'll see if they can take it away and my appeal will get removed or whatever, approved or whatever. So, but yeah, we being tested. This is a test week, y'all. This is test. We all being tested. He said so many things you can't do. They have me thinking the TikTok police might knock on the front door. They just gonna take your phone and computer away. No more TikTok for you. TikTok is not for the faint of the heart for sure. Not at all. Yeah, well, you guys know last week I had some glitchy thing that happened. So I didn't have access and I would have been stressing, but it was on my tablet. So I didn't have a chance. I didn't stress it, but I was like, okay, TikTok's still on my tablet. I couldn't access it from my phone. So you never know. I don't know what's happening. That particular glitch kind of threw me. I still don't know what's happening. All the nonsense they let happen in lives, and they get Luna for some thrift stuff. But wait a minute, Luna, her stuff was nice. Okay, first of all, and that's the problem. Now, if it wasn't nice, they wouldn't be getting her. That's the problem. It was too nice. Okay. Girl, I mean, seriously, they have really tightened things up. Yeah, they have. The music thing is going to really send people. I know people are like, what in the world? That one is really, he said, makes me mad. That's the problem. Now, if she was showing us some stuff that wasn't cute, wasn't nice finds and nice style and, some great quality finds, they'd be like, okay, go ahead, go on, do whatever you're going to do. But no, they want to get rid of people who got the good stuff. You said, "Oh, the music is sending me." Yes, the music is. Yeah, the music is hard. That's gonna be a hard one. That's a hard one. Can you use music if it's not a shoppable live? Um, you can't. Well, basically, what they're saying is that you can't use music unless you have the copyright to it. So, really, you're gonna have to be very intentional about your music use, in terms of making sure you have the copyright, or you are using original music. That's essentially what they're saying. And you say, yeah. So it's no music. Just heard about the music thing. No music. Yep, that's it. So I have a whole nighttime lounge vibe. Ooh, yeah, friend. I'm just gonna say, yeah, your own original music. I don't know what to tell you. Or Epidemic Sound. Try that. My moderator, yes, Michelle, she was on the YouTube side. She was on the YT. She said you could use it there. Epidemic Sound. So try that to see if that will allow you to, as a workaround. She said it should work for YouTube. I mean for TikTok. Epidemic Sound. Yeah, they're gonna have to use, you know, software or music that has the copyright licensure to it. So she said Epidemic Sound is the one that has it. Where do you find the updated rules? Nika, there was a music update. Go to the community guidelines, go to the music update. Um, Live Legion sent us, and it clearly says music. It's a music update that's there. That's there. So she sent it to us as a link. So I think it's in the community guidelines. So when you go, you know what? Let's use my new phone. We'll see. Let me do some research. I'm gonna use my phone to see if I can find it while we're in the live, and I can point you guys directly to it. Well, I paid for my music. Oh, you had a music subscription with who? Yuji, what you said? What are the change? Good gravy. Wonder if my Alexa can play a list of non-copyrighted music. Possibly. That's a good question to ask. Oh, you subscribe to Epidemic? Okay, well that's good. Then you should be okay. So see what happens. Yeah, see if they. I would Google and see if they have any uh restrictions or anything like that you might want to be concerned about. But you might be okay. I don't want to say definitively because I don't know because I haven't looked into it. But that's what my moderator was saying. Just checked. Alexa has a playlist for non copyrighted music. There we go. There we go, friend. That's another one to use. I just did a post and it asked me before I posted it if I wanted music. And it took me to a new page to select. Ooh. What about the use of words in fan club? What do you mean? The use of words in fan club. You have Pandora and Epidemic. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Ask for non-copyrighted. See if they have some non-copyrighted playlists. Yeah, I didn't end up selecting it, but then it asked if I confirmed the music on my post. Oh, okay. So yeah, they're changing the way they do music for posts too. Then there are no music, and there was no music, and I had to confirm, or it wasn't posting. Oh, okay. I didn't, you know what? Today I didn't get a chance to post before I went live, else I probably would have seen that. I started my video, it's in my draft, and I'm gonna post it after the live. Come on in, friend. How you doing, Stacy P? So I confirmed. Okay. It was weird. So yeah, that's part of the new guidelines then. That's definitely part of the new rules then. I hope I didn't do anything wrong. Oh, so did you use music or no? You didn't use it. I have used Pixabay, Pixby. Is that it? Pixby as well. He said, "Thanks goodness it's Friday, y'all." I added instrumental to my post this morning with no issue. Did you add it as a See, that's where I think this will be where TikTok is going to have music that you can use that's acceptable. I'm assuming that's the case. Like the music you pick is music that they have the rights to. That's in the app. So if you're not picking music from the app, which I don't know if you can, but if you're not, then that may be problematic. But I think you should be fine if you're staying within the app. Hey, I heard that posting from drafts can cost views as well. I heard that too. So I was trying not to keep it in my drafts for long. That was kind of my thinking. I was going to, because I did it. I had a meeting with Michelle, so I didn't get a chance to post before my live just now. So my plan is to go and post right after this live. And so we'll see. But I did hear that too. And I think there's some truth to that too. No, I didn't end up using. Yeah, so they couldn't say anything. Oh, okay, gotcha. It will be interesting what shows up. Yes, yes. I agree. Yes, they struggled. They. Oh, yes, they suggested the song sound. Okay, so you had one of those posts where you started the post and sound had already uploaded for you. Yeah, Yes, you have to use their music. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I mean, for posts, I think this main concern was actual lives because they can't control the music. So I think that's the thing with the lives. They're trying to figure out what people are playing and they're cracking down. And what Nika shared earlier is that, some of these other platforms are in a lawsuit. So they're being very intentional about how how people have access to music. TikTok is a little late to that conversation. Weren't we always so supposed to pick music from the TikTok list? Yeah, we were. hmm Well, what Dr. Trish is saying is that they asked her, like, it was a new question that was asked when she tried to post. So it was a new way of confirming the type of music you're posting. You're not being able to use riff hurts, rafts hurts us, drafts. Okay, I got you. I think that's what you meant, drafts. Who are neurodivergent and need structure. Yes, right, right. Yep. TT has music that they say can be used and you can't use it because it comes up as a copyright infringement. Yes, that has happened to me. I've had TikTok shop. I've had two videos muted because they didn't like the music. I was like, well, it was the music that I got. That was commercial sound music too. Like, yeah. So now when I use music, just so you guys know, on the commercial sound music for my videos, for my TikTok shop videos, this is all I do. There's like 5 to 8 recommended songs. I pick one of those. Those songs that are on that recommended list, I just pick one of them. That's it. Yes, musicians are getting ripped off so much. I get it. Yeah, they are. They are. And that's really at its core the problem. Yeah. Yeah. So um, these other platforms, they've had to kind of pay because they're not, people are not getting a copyright for that music. Exactly. I support artists getting paid. Yeah, I do too. I do. At the end of the day, it's a little inconvenient and frustrating for us, but at the same time, it's the right thing to do. It is. It's the absolute right thing to do. Okay, so I'm on my shop page. I'm on my shop page here. So I'm going to look really quickly at TikTok Studio. And under TikTok Studio, you can see, let me see, it says Creator Academy. Let me look. That may be what I'm going to end up looking at. So this is the Creator Academy. I'm going to look really quickly. Let's see. Updated TikTok's originality policy. This might be it, but we'll see. That may be it. So I'm under the Creator Academy and Code of Conduct. Let's see. This is the originality policy. I don't know. This might not be the music though. I've heard people posting about this. This has been kind of a new trend where people are posting about is your content original or not. So that's a new thing that they're saying. So that's one thing I've seen. Oh, that's it. It says getting trendy with music. Let me turn my video camera the other way. Getting trendy with the music tab. So this is some music stuff. Use the music tab and creator. Let's see. This is talking about the music stuff. Music tab, adding songs. No, this is about, this was, so where I'm at, I'm on the Creator Academy. These are some recommended stuff that's here. So these are some articles in here. So this is showing up for me. Let me look at community guidelines. This is some community guideline stuff. Let me see if there's anything that speaks to music. This is an update from April. No. Let me see features. Creator tips, monetization. I'm not seeing music per se. They probably made it up again. Somebody's saying that they're going to Twitch with all the TikTok stuff happening. Yeah, I've heard that in a couple of videos. The guy who did the DJ, that was the platform he mentioned too. He mentioned that platform. That's where he was going. I'm not seeing music. Let me see. I'm not seeing the music updates, but I think I have to kind of dig a little deeper. Let me see if there's some others that are in here. Relevance, um, trendy music. That's something in here. They have features. Yeah, I'm not seeing. You think? What do you think? The music thing. This app is like the game of telephone. It is. Is it possible that it's a rumor mill? No, I don't think so. No, no, no. Because Live Legion sent us. Let me find that article. Let me see. Let me see. She sent the link. Let me go to the link. She sent the link. Now, here was the problem. Here was the discrepancy with what she shared. Oh, TikTok is just now giving me the flash go. What she shared is that it was inconsistent. It is the heart me. TikTok, you know what? Everybody in the room is probably giving a heart me, but that's okay. Trisha, Luna, Trisha. Thank you so much, friends. Y'all so sweet. It's like, I know how TikTok do you. TikTok gave me the heart me because y'all hadn't given it. TikTok's like, there's too many people holding the heart me. He said, we on to TikTok, huh? Like, do they was gonna get us on that one? He said, Nika told us, well, I should just wait for this. It does this to me sometimes. Yes. It had been, what it was doing earlier in the week was not giving me the heart me. He gave me the rose. I got some donuts. I got some other stuff. Now I get the heart me. I said I was bound to give it to me. I did mine and collected points. I know you did, friend. It's okay. That's how TikTok would do me like that. And then they started making my room views go up and down, up and down. So yeah, it's shady. We just gonna call it what it is. It's shady. Um, so let's see. Let me see. I'm trying to find for you guys really quickly. So it's the music terms of service. So let me. I wonder if there's a place I can search that for. It's called the music terms of service on TikTok. Let me go to it. See. So that's where it is. She sent the link to this, and this is effective as of July 25. Oh, it's right there actually. So this is on TikTok's website, I guess, but I don't know where it's at. The new music terms of service comes in effect July 25th. And then essentially, let me see if there's a way to see this. So this came, she sent the link to this. So I don't know if there's a way to see this under the app, but I'm going to check. The problem with holding the heart me is not for forgetting to do it later. Yes. Yes, it's hard dealing with the new streaming in this account when I am used to getting visibility. Yes. Yes. I'll wait because they pull this on me during time. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard. And visibility is all relative, to be honest with you, because it seems like, yeah, anything can impact your visibility. How they offer music terms. Let's see. Mm, I don't see it here. I think you would have to go to the website to see it. It's not popping up on my search feed either. Let me see if I search on this main screen. Using backup. Oh, thank you so much, friend. How you doing, Sandy Beach? How you doing, friend? Appreciate your friend. So yeah, I don't see. I'm looking at music terms. So yeah, I wouldn't have known about this unless unless it was brought up on the website or something. I'm gonna go. There's also these creators that do these short videos. So it's the Creator Academy. So I'm gonna go to the website there and see if they talk about any of these new updates. They talked about audio. Mm-mm. Good morning. How you doing, TikTok Taryn? Yeah, they had a video from June. They talked about the audio. The one that she just posted was also from June. Mm-mm. So they don't have any new videos. Yeah, so I'm not sure how you would know it. I was just kind of going through my other phone just to see if there was anything that kind of jumped out at me that would have kind of preempted me to look into it. I don't see anything. I would have to probably go on the website for TikTok for their latest. I'm gonna search there too just to see if there's something that leads you to knowing these different updates. So it says you have to use the music in the app or use music you have rights to. Yeah, that's essentially it. Yeah, yeah. So you can't use other music. That's why I said the epidemic sound. I'm not sure if that's gonna satisfy the rule or not. So it says you have to. Yeah. So thank you so much, Coach Rhonda. Appreciate you. I was on a live host earlier, and she was getting the info from her agency. Yes. So the agency sent it to us. The agency for Live Legion. Now, let me say this. GQ said it was for the EU, the UK, not for the US. They said this doesn't apply. This new music rule doesn't apply to US. It probably will later on down the road, but not this immediate iteration. And then so I took that information to Live Legion and said, "Can you confirm this? Because they're saying it don't apply yet." And she said she thought it did. So her communication back was that she talked to a couple other people and everyone is agreeing that it does apply to the US as well. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I haven't seen anything that says otherwise though. Yeah, so you must have the rights to the music in your lives. So how do you get rights to music? You well, one of the third party platforms out there is Epidemic Sound. They own rights to music. I think that's pretty much what TikTok is saying. Like you need to work to get the artists or get who actually owns the rights to the music. You have to get their permission. So I'm assuming you would have to, connect with the music company if you're just a lay person versus using some third party company or software that already has the rights. That would be your alternative. And for lives, you can't use sounds or commercial music. I don't know what that means. But live sounds or commercial music is in the app under the TikTok playlist. So they're basically saying that you can't use those features, I guess, for your lives. So I don't know how you would do it. I mean, you would almost have to have a second device and you're clicking. Like if you had a second device and you're clicking and clicking onto the to play some music, and maybe you click add sound and you're just playing it and you're live. Like you would have to do something really interesting and creative like that. I guess. You said you can. Okay, that's interesting. You can create a Canva, I think, and get rights. Maybe. I don't know if no Canva. I don't know if Canva owns all the rights either. Because I say that because yes, Michelle Crochet, she has to actually use a third party, and she's a Canva Pro user, so I'm not sure that they have all the rights either. Yeah. So I'm gonna read some of this stuff. I'll come back later when I come at my 4 o'clock. I'll come at 4 o'clock and just maybe have a few other things that you want to keep in mind for this um for this July 25th rollout. Me too. I have to look into it. Yeah. Yeah, so I want to make sure there's nothing else that's missing in terms of what's being discussed. Especially how you doing? Happy Friday, friend. Um, Phenomenal. Thank you so much for being here. So yeah, the music thing we know is a thing. So that is something people are definitely talking about. When it comes to the gifting, I'll look and see if there's anything pertaining to gifting that is also problematic or concerning. I don't think um, gifting goes away. It's about how you talk about it, who you're talking to, how do you convey that without sounding like you're begging or sounding as if you are requiring people to do something for you. It's too much use TikTok music and that's it. Shake my head. That's it. That's it. TikTok music approved for lives in its library gallery says. Okay. There's a library gallery. Are you looking at the website? Nika, I'm assuming you went to the website. You went to the website in particular? Yes, and Google. Okay. You know what? It's interesting because they pretty much said, I mean, you would have to run these terms in agreement to through like DeepSeek or ChatGPT or one of those other AIs and say, okay, now give me the Cliff Note version. What does all this mean? The Live Legion, she said she did that, so she sent like some bullets to us. But again, this is pretty comprehensive. Thank you so much. Can you help it on the heart me? Appreciate your friend. We need if you choose to participate. We're looking for 2 more heart me's for the flash goal. So you have total agency. And I appreciate any support, but don't feel obligated, friends. Thank you so much, Trisha. I appreciate you. How you doing, MJ? Thank you so much, friends, coming on in. But yes, that is it. We need one more heart me, and you decide how you want to provide that. It's totally up to you. Don't feel obligated. We got almost 3.5 minutes left to achieve the heart me goal that TikTok gave in the flash goal. But I appreciate you all because TikTok will do the most. And I don't want you guys to feel obligated by any means that you have to participate in this. But all support is well appreciated. All right, friends. So, yes. Oh, look at you. Look at you, friend, coming in the clutch. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, y'all. We got that heart me goal. And thank you so much for the support. TikTok update about gifting goes into effect August. Talks about being 18 to gift. Well, and that's the whole thing. That video, that's what she was expressing. So if you are under 18, I assumed you couldn't give a gift anyway because I assumed you couldn't get coins. So how are you able to gift if you don't have coins? That was my assumption. He said, "Yay, appreciate you." Hey, Eugene, how you doing, friend? Yeah. So that's an interesting way. It was 13 plus. Oh, so it was a rule. Okay, I didn't know that. So you could give a gift at as young as 13. You can get coins on your account. Oh, okay. And so now the rules changed to 18. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that. So that's the main thing. So the rule changed to 18. What are you seeing when it comes to begging? So we're looking into the TikTok rules and updates now. You know what? I just looked at EEA. So I just looked at this website link that she sent. Where can I find these rules? Okay, let me read the website link for the music rule. So this is probably TikTok legals pages. So we're gonna say that first of all. I was about to scroll out of the actual hyperlink and see if I can just get to the legal web page and see what's posted there. But this is www.tiktok.com. I've searched TikTok music terms. You search that. Just posted something and it comes up. Yeah. Okay. Try posting something, it comes up. You said the rules come up that way. So you could Google TikTok music rules, music terms and agreement. This one actually, and so when GQ said this applies to the EA, not the US, Canada, because that's the different area of TikTok, that's a different region. This legal page actually does say EA. So remember I started off by saying Gravitas said this is not applying to the US yet. It applies to the UK. When you look at this legal terms and the page is on, they're right. It is not stating, it is not listed for US. It's listed for the EEA. Now, nowhere in this document does it say that it is a EEA rule or a US rule or anybody's rule. So to that point, they're probably very accurate in saying that it's not part of the rules and guidelines for the US as of yet. But I don't know what that means in terms of how it's being applied. So I just wanted to say that out loud. I'm not sure if that's something that's being applied differently in different regions. So I'm going to TikTok, the link is, and it won't work open here. Interesting. Because I don't know if it's for the US. I really don't know if it's for the US. So that may be where all of this stems from. This may not be a US rule as of yet. But let me see. I'm going to see if I can get to TikTok Legal's website. Let's see if it'll show me there. So when you go to TikTok, the rule was referring to the rule we're talking about was referring to the changes with the music terms of service. So essentially, TikTok rolled out as of today that if you are playing music in a live, you need to have the copyright to that music. So the discrepancy is, does this apply to the US or not, or is it just for the UK EU? One of the agency I belong to says it's global, it's for everybody, it's for the US, it applies to us as well. And then some are saying it's not. So with that, you want to be cognizant of, if you have music that you're playing in your live stream, that you have the copyright to that music. Okay, so really, hey, how you doing, friend? It's this personal. How you doing, friend? Um, so you want to make sure that you have the copyright to that music, and so what's happening is people who are DJs, people who do covers of music, they're now having to reevaluate their live stream approach. So they're going to have to reevaluate. They're going to have to determine if, in fact, they actually um, can play other people's music without the copyright. And from what this rule says, you cannot. So they'll get a violation for their live. And this goes for us too. I don't play music, and I had stopped playing music really because I'm co-streaming on the YT. So I was like, well, I don't want to get in trouble with the YT. I don't know what's happening with TikTok. And so I just stopped playing music altogether. So I will say, someone said Epidemic Sound is a platform you can use that has the copyright. So that may be an option. But just know that you want to be cognizant of, if you have the music, if you want to play music, that you actually have the copyright to that music. Okay. It sounds as if there's a TikTok library that you can use potentially for your live, so that may be an option. YT will get you definitely. Yeah, that's what I had heard. That's why I didn't do it, because I heard that they were pretty strict about their music. And then Nika made a good point too. She said a lot of these platforms are strict about the music. TikTok was probably just a little late to the game. And so a lot of these platforms are really strict. So what we were doing in this particular live, we were doing a little research. So I was researching it. So that's what you guys caught me doing. I was trying to figure out if there was some more specifics. because what I did was go to the TikTok Legal's website. If you go to, in the way that I was searching, it didn't take me to the actual home screen of Legal. That's what I was trying to get to. I'll get to it later. But if you go to and Google TikTok Legal music terms of service, you should come across this July 25th update. Um, you said, Happy, you said, hey Doc, I have went on site like Fiverr and I hired people to write original songs for me. Oh, just make sure you keep the copyright. You gotta have the original copyright, and so making sure that those are your actual songs, yeah, that you can use. TT needs to fall in line with other U.S. guidelines. Yes, that's true. Yes, that is true. They are strict about music. Yeah, yeah. So I had stopped doing the whole music because what I was doing was actually going on YouTube and just playing music in the background with my original lives. So I had stopped doing that altogether. I was like, you know what? I need to be careful. So, and it just became kind of inconvenient too, to have music playing on one on my laptop. My laptop I was trying to use to kind of see comments, so it just became too convoluted. So convoluted for me. So I essentially just stopped playing music because of that. But recognizing that if you are a live that thrives with music playing, just make sure you had a copyrights. Okay, I'm taking my gum out now. I took some gum so I can. I need a caffeine boost, y'all. I did not have coffee, so that's why you guys caught me chewing my gum, and my gum was starting to get good. So I was like, let me take this gum out. So yes, so yeah, definitely be careful about that. I'm gonna take a look at some of the other guidelines. The gift giving came up as well as something else you want to be careful about what you do and how you get people to support your live. And again, I've always been of the notion that you never want to beg. And I know people will get to battling and talking to their team or their community in a way that they're saying, send this or do this. And it sounds very directive and demanding. And I think TikTok is cracking down on that too. So you got to be careful about the begging. And then Nika did a little research just now. She said what happens also is they're very strict. Hello, friends. They're being very strict about who can send gifts. So you got to be 18 years and older to send gifts. Okay. It used to be 13 plus. Didn't realize it was 13 plus. I think I made the assumption that you couldn't give if you were a minor and you couldn't get coins. But I'm assuming the age threshold was, it must have been lower. It was 13 plus. And so now it's 18 plus. So just know that that changed. And then they also make it so that, and I know this is a rule that's been out there probably for a month or so, where if you are, especially when you're scheduling a live event, you'll see where the button for you to toggle on, um, if you, the audience control feature is now part of your live event setup. And it's also as you're setting up your live event and you're essentially scheduling your live, you want to make sure you don't pick shoppable live if you're not doing a shoppable live. Shoppable lives require people to be 18 years or older to be in your live. That's no ifs, ands, or buts. You got to be 18 years or older to be in someone's live for shoppable live. But if you're doing a regular live, you can cut off the turn on or turn off, toggle on or off the audience control for your live to be 18 years and older. If you turn on that feature, you cannot offer the co-host ability. So co-host means that someone else is in their live room and they actually click the co-host button and they may say, hey, do you want to come to my live? And that's when you get that little pop-up invite where someone has requested you to come or join their live. That's what that is about. So essentially, you are becoming a co-host. If you have on the audience control, you cannot be a co-host. You cannot go into someone else's room. Okay, so I say that because I know that may be something as you guys are starting to go live more frequently. You're thinking about having friends in their room. That's different from guest. I want to make that clear. That's different from being a guest in someone's room. When you're a co-host, you're literally are there's a feature where you're essentially inviting someone to come into your room as and they're in their room is in their live room still. So again, you cannot have the audience control on. So someone who's under 18 can come to your live at that point. Okay. But the only thing to keep in mind, it can't be for shoppable. Okay. Let me know if there's any questions about that. We end up talking a lot about the guidelines today. So let me know if there's any other questions. I want to make sure I'm answering questions. I'm going to stay on a few more minutes. I'm right at 90 minutes. And so I'm going to stay on a few more minutes and answer a few more questions. I'll stay on to 5 more minutes basically. And so I'll answer a few more questions. I'll do some more research just to make sure there's some other key points that are not being missed in these new updates. As you guys can tell, TikTok is rolling out updates frequently. So we're starting to see this happen more frequently. I would say you should anticipate some changes, some new guidelines, some new updates happening every 6 to 8 weeks. So about every 2 months. That's what you should anticipate. And just kind of get in the habit of, these changes and how it might impact your live stream. Is it best to be a creator or a business on TikTok? I personally advocate for personal accounts, creator accounts. I think there's a way for you to do both when you have a personal account and you're a creator. Um, where if you want to promote your business, sell your business, brand yourself, get affiliate deals, get in the Creator Network program. I'm sorry, the Creator Rewards program. You can do that. And so when you're a business, you cannot do all the things that you don't have the creative creator license to do that. Okay. TikTok says, hey, you're here as a seller, you're here for your business, you need to be talking about your business. And so you kind of stay in a very narrow lane in terms of what you want to do with this app. Whereas if you're a personal account slash creator account, you have a little bit more creative license. And so you can be an affiliate for TikTok Shop. You can do TikTok Shop in that way. You can do, get brand deals. You can do some other things. So it allows that flexibility. And you still can have a link in your bio and tell people, hey, here's some of the other services and resources I offer. So you can still do that. So I think creator account just offers more flexibility. Um, and there's people who have both. Let me say that too. I don't want to say it has to be one or the other. Some people do have a business account, and then they will use their business account. They will create another account and use that account to kind of help support the business. Maybe that account might be your moderator. Maybe that account might purchase items. Maybe that account may be an affiliate for you because you can use that account to again do shoppable lives and some other video some other shop videos and stuff for you. So people have done that as well. So they've created, usually they do it on a different device and make sure they try to separate it out. But that is something you could do. All right, friends, thank you so much. Let me know if there's any last minute questions. I appreciate you all being here. Nika Grace, thank you so much for some of the research you did today, too. I so appreciate you. You guys asked some great questions. We're going to figure this thing out. If you are a music person, you need music for your lives, I would tell you, look into Epidemic Sound, look into the Google Gallery for the library that they have for TikTok to see if any of that music will work for you. Um, and don't play music. That would be an alternative. I don't play music. Looking into the music available here. Yes. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, those are your options. I don't know if I would actually try to overthink and overdo the whole music thing. I think it's a nice touch. Don't get me wrong. I miss not having music being played. But it was for me, I had to turn down pretty low anyway, because what I'm talking about just required me to be a little bit more engaged with the chat. I'm answering questions, so it created like a little bit of an ambiance in the background because you have that music for whenever I was kind of quiet or whatever. Not often, but I'm always talking. But it created that ambiance, but at the same time, it wasn't necessary. That's all I'm saying. It wasn't a requirement. Some people treat it as necessary. So I would just say kind of balance to see what works for you. Um, so let me know if there's any final questions. Appreciate you. I like the music when I'm in a live, as long as the volume is right. Yes. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Some rooms, the engagement room, the grow rooms, they do need the music. So it'll be interesting how they operate. Yeah. It'll be interesting. how they're able to move past this. Yeah. So I'll probably be in these TikTok streets, kind of doing a little surveillance to see what people are doing. How much music do you hear? Again, I think there's some discrepancy though. Was this for the U.S. right now in this rollout, or was it for the UK? So I'm not sure. We landed with that it was a global change, so I wouldn't be surprised if if it is in fact impacting the U.S. I'm gonna miss Jess having music. Oh yes, she does. She does. Um, just fabulous. You gonna play some music? What you gonna play? I don't think she's gonna play her music. She got to be careful. Yeah. So I would just be careful. Again, it may not. Again, this might be the test. Maybe it's not impacting the U.S. as of today, but it will in the future. So we'll see. All right, good friends. I will see. You said no. You said I ain't playing no music. You're like, nope, I'm good. Try and find out. Yes, I said I haven't noticed any back to us music today, to U.S. music. I like I said, I think this might have been UK related. So I told you, Live Legion said it was broad reaching. It was U.S. included. I'm not sure, so it might just be UK for right now. So we'll see, but we'll see how people are doing their music. Okay. All right, friends. I will check you all later. Thank you so much for your time and your support to the live. I will be back at 4. We're gonna get to chatting and talking. Agents I spoke to said Europe. Yep, yep. GQ. I see messages from them. They said it. Yep, they said it as well. So I don't know. I don't know if it's absolutely the U.S., but we'll find out. Direct from TikTok. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, even when you look at the link for the music terms, it says EEA. It doesn't say US. It says the Europe region. So, yep. So I don't know. I don't know if it's the US. Like I said, I started off by saying there's the discrepancy, but just know from what GQ said is that it will roll out to others. It will roll out to the US at some point. All right, friends. Thank you so much for joining the live. I'm about to jump off, but I will see you guys later. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'll be back at 4. Take care, everybody. Bye bye. All right, my friends. Thank you so much for being here. I will check you guys out later. Thank you for joining the live. I'll see you all later. Bye bye.